Hi children, good morning to all. How are you all? Hope you all are doing good. So happy to come back with the new session children. So in the previous session we discussed about classification, no? So we are in the zone of diversity in living organisms. In that we are dealing with the five kingdom classification. In five kingdom classification already we discussed about four kingdoms that are Monera, Protista, fungi and plantae. So the next one is Animalia. So in the previous zone or the previous session we discussed different types of terminology. So this terminology, basing on this terminology, the whole concept of Animalia will run on. So you have to recall the concept of different terminologies, remembering, understanding the concept, and you have to go through this concept. So coming to the Animalia, the first phylum of the Animalia is Porifera. Pori means holes. The body is filled with the pores, porous. That is means a holes. So that's why they are called as a poriferan animals. See, let us see the general characters of poriferans. So the grades of organization, that means division of the organisms. So organisms are divided classified basing on the cellular level. Cell, group of cells form a tissue develops into a group of tissues develops into a organ, a group of organs develop into organ systems, a group of organ systems develops into a organism, no? But here we can see, we know that unicellular organisms like amoeba they are, and coming to these poriferan organisms are multicellular and simple organisms. Here we cannot see the different types of tissues, organs, organ systems. They are only simple multicellular organisms. So the body is symmetry. The symmetry is a symmetrical body. That means the body which cannot divide it into two equal halves. Okay, so it is a symmetrical and also it is a radial. Radial means it is a circular body. Okay, next germinal layers means which consists of diploblastic. If the body is covered into two layers, such organisms are called as a diploblastic animals. Here we can find ectoderm and endoderm. Middle mesoderm is the absent. And the coelom means we discussed that as a body cavity. The body cavity is absent. So they are called as a coelomates. So no body cavity. A means absence, coelom means body cavity. Absence of the body cavity. So here you can see the habitat and habit of the organisms. Most of the organisms are found in aquatic regions. Mostly they are in a marine. What is meant by marine? Organisms which live in oceans and the seas are called as marine. They are attached, they are sedentary throughout their life. They doesn't move. They attaches to the substratum and they lives to the substratum. They doesn't move from one place to another. That means no locomotory organs. As they doesn't have a locomotory organs, no process of locomotion. They are solitary or the colonial. Colony means they lives in the group. In the picture you can see in the groups. Organisms grows in the bunches like you can see the structures. No, they lives in the colonies. And coming to the digestive system, the digestive system is absent. So how the digestion takes place inside the cell, that is called as intracellular digestion. Digestion inside the cell. Okay, the respiration is absent and the circulatory system is also absent. And what about the reproduction? They show the asexual reproduction, that is a fragmentation. So if a small part is broken, the small part develops into a new. So organism breaking into many parts, small parts. Each and every part develops into a new individual. That is called as a fragmentation. So they are the hermaphrodites. What is meant by hermaphrodites? Hermaphrodites means animals which are having male and female sex organs in a same one organism. If the organism or individual organism consists of both male and female reproductive gametes, that are called as a hermaphrodite organism. So the fertilization takes place internal. So we can find internal fertilization. Development will be indirect. So the larval stage is present. So we can see the formation of a larva. If you see the unique feature, that is a special feature, that is a water canal system. You can see here in the picture, water canal system is throughout the body. It is a canal like a channel. The water falls. So you can see that is a open of osculum is a open. Through that the water travels. Okay, here water enters through the millions of minute pores. That pores are called as a ostia. So in the body wall into a central cavity. That central cavity is called as a spongiocele. In the picture you can find the parts, children. Spongiocele, from where it goes out to the osculum. The canal system uses it for food gathering, gases exchange also. So by this canal system water will be transferred, they will gather the food and also gaseous exchange. As I said, no process of reproduction. Respiratory system is absent, no. So through the canal system only they will be transported. So they have a special cells which are called as spongioceles, and canals are the lined with the choanocytes. They are the special cells. Cyte means cell. So these spongiocele and canals are lined by the special cells. In the picture you can find. They are choanocytes, collar cells. The word you find in the picture, that are the collar cells. Okay, so such a cells are called as a choanocytes. The body is lined by the special cells. Another unique feature, body is supported by spicules and the sponge fibers. Spicules means you can see the spines. You can find that there, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. They all are various types of the spicules, like a tons. Okay, sponge fibers. We can find the spicules and the sponge fibers. And next we can find here different types of examples. That is a Sycon, Spongella, freshwater sponge, Euspongia. So these are all the some of the different examples of the poriferan organisms. So these are the general characteristics of the poriferans. Now let us see what is the another phylum. So the next, before going to another phylum, just we'll have a collective explanation. So grand grades of the organization: cellular, symmetry mostly, asymmetry, some are radial symmetry, germ layer they are diploblastic animals, they are acoelomate, they are found in the aquatic region, they are sedentary and solitary, absent, digestive system is absent. So intracellular digestion takes place, respiration is absent, circular system is absent, and the reproduction is asexual, that is a fragmentation type, and sexual, they are the hermaphrodites. Internal fertilization, hermaphrodites means both male and female reproductive organs are present, and we can find internal fertilization, and development inside is indirect. The unique features is water canal system, millions of ostia, spongiocele, and canals are lined with the choanocytes. Body is supported by spicules and the sponge fibers. Sycon, Spongilla, Euspongia. These are the some of the examples. So these are the general characters. So wholesome concept of porifera. After poriferan, the next phylum is Coelenterata. We can call it as a Coelenterata or a Ctenophora. So the next one is combo of jellies or the sea walnuts. So now here you can see Ctenophora or the Coelenterata. So they are the tissue graded. Up to now we discussed unicellular, they are the amoeba, and these are poriferans are the multicellular, only up to cellular level, simple multicellular organs. Now here you can see the grade of organization, tissue grade. That means we can find a simple tissue structures. So these all are the coelenterates. Okay, we can call it as also Ctenophora. So radial symmetry, that means body is circular body, so the symmetry is radial symmetry. And the germinal layer, these are the diploblastic animals. That means we can find ectoderm and endoderm. The body is covered by two layers that are called as diploblastic animals. So the coelom, what is a coelom? Body cavity. They are acoelomates. That means we cannot find any body cavity. That's why they are called as acoelomates. And here you can see the habitat exclusively marine. What did I said about marine? Marine means organisms which lives in the oceans and the seas. So solitary and the pelagic. And you can see here the organisms, digestive system. So incomplete digestive system. They have a digestive system, but it is a incomplete digestive system. And we can find intracellular digestion and also extracellular digestion. That means inside the cell we can find the digestion, and outside of the cell also we can find the digestion. The next characteristic is a respiratory system. Here we can see no process of respiration. Okay, they have a respiratory process, but respiratory system is absent. No respiratory system. Even the circulatory system is also absent in these organisms. And now we can see some reproductive characters. Only sexual. They show only the sexual reproduction, and they are hermaphrodites. They'll show the hermaphrodites means nothing but both. They are having both male and female reproductive organs, and they have a external fertilization. Development is indirect. They'll show indirect development. And now let us see the unique features of this Ctenophora. Locomotion is by 8 ventricle extended rows of the ciliated comb plates. You can see that ciliated tentacles. These are called as tentacles. So they have tentacles are present. Here you can see the tentacles. So locomotion is by 8 vertical external rows of the ciliated combo plates, and the tentacles are present. The next characteristic feature is the unique feature, that means special feature. They have the ability to emit the light from the body. As they emit the light out of their body, such a process is called as bioluminescence. So they are the bioluminescence organisms. So they emit the light throughout their body. You can see some examples here. Pleurobraca, Ctenoplana. So these are some of the examples. So wholesome of explanation of this. They are tissue level, body is radial symmetry, diploblastic animals. The coelomates and exclusively marine and solitary and pelagic. They have incomplete digestive system, intracellular and extracellular digestion we can see. Respiratory system and circulatory system are absent, and the reproduction only sexual reproduction. They are hermaphrodites. External fertilization development is indirect, and the locomotion is 8 vertical external rows of the ciliated clamp plates we can find, and also tentacles are present. Okay, they are the bioluminescence, and they are Ctenoplana and Pleurobraca. So these are some of the examples. So the next phylum is Platyhelminthes. You can see in this Platyhelminthes, classification of Platyhelminthes. The organization is organs and organ systems. From the Platyhelminthes, we can see that organs. Platy means flat body surface. Okay, so flatworms. You can see the picture of the organism, flatworm. So here you can see bilateral symmetry. What is meant by bilateral symmetry? If you see the glass is cutting into 2 equal halves. The body is divided into 2 equal halves. They are divided into 2 mirror images. So equal sharing of the organs of the body. So that are called as bilaterally symmetry. Now let us see the features of the organisms. The germinal layer, triploblastic. That means they are having ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. Here in the picture you can see if the body is covered with the 3 layers or the 3 membranes of the layers, such organisms are called as triploblastic animals. And next coelom, body cavity. They are acoelomates, no body cavity. So they have no body cavity. So they are called as acoelomates. And now you can see here the habitat and the habit. Mainly aquatic. They are found in the water. Endoparasites. That means they live in the organisms. Some are free living. They can live in the free living water, aquatic regions, and also inside the cells. They can live in the inside that. Parasites means they live in the host and cause harm to the host. Such a condition is called, such type of organisms are called as the parasites. And the next one is, you can see here, the habit and habitat. Mainly they are the aquatic. And the endoparasites, some are free living organisms. Now you can see here the digestive system in the picture also. They have incomplete digestive system, only a single opening which acts as a mouth and a anus. See, eyes, you can see branched digestive, gastrovascular cavity, pharynx, mouth and anus. So the structures you can see here. So they have incomplete digestive system. Now you can see here in this organisms. The incomplete digestive system. So respiratory system is absent. The respiratory system is absent. So next one is a circulatory system is also absent. Respiratory system is absent and the circulatory system is also absent. You can see about the reproduction. Asexual reproduction, they show the fragmentation. So you can observe here fragmentation in planaria. Planaria has a high regeneration capacity. So if the part is broken, the part which part is broken, it develops into each and every part develops into a new individual. So they are the hermaphrodites. Both they are having both male and female sexual organs. They show the internal fertilization. Development is indirect and many larval stages. We can find in here many larval stages. So these are the different. Coming to the unique features, unsegmented, they doesn't have any segmentation, and dorsiventral, and also flattened body except tapeworm. The whole body is in a flat. Okay, the other dorsiventral means you can see from the top to bottom it is a flat body surface, that is called as a dorsiventral. Another unique feature is excretion by the flame cells. So flame cells also can be called as a protonephridium. You can see excretory canal here in these organs in the picture. Tube cells, flame cells and the nucleus. They are the excretory organs. So you can observe here the picture. You can here clearly observe that picture. They are having the excretory organs. Okay. Now next unique feature is they have the hooks and suckers in a parasitic forms. So hooks and suckers. Some absorb nutrients from the host through their body surface. So they'll take nutrition from the host. They are the parasites, no? They live on other organisms and they have their food from other organisms. So these flatworms mostly we will find tapeworms on the cows and buffaloes, even on the pigs also. So they live on the pigs and they'll suck the food. So the pig body, the cow body, these all are comes as their host. Okay, the organism which give a shelter, they are called as the host. Okay, so here you can see Taenia solium examples. Pork tapeworm, that means this tapeworm lives on the skin of the pigs. Fasciola, it is a liver fluke. Planaria. Okay, so these are the some of the examples. So coming to wholesome explanation, the division is organ and organ systems. They are bilaterally symmetrical. They are triploblastic animals, acoelomates. Mainly they are aquatic, and endoparasites, some are free living. Incomplete, that we can see that incomplete digestive system, absence of respiratory system, absence of circulatory system. Coming to their sexual reproduction, reproduction is asexual, fragmentation, and also they have a sexual, both having a male and female sex organs in the same organism. So they are called as hermaphrodites. They'll show internal fertilization. Development is indirect. Mainly they'll show the larval stage. And the unique features is unsegmented, dorsiventrally flattened body except tapeworms. So excretory by the flame cells. They are called as protonephridia, parasites, and they have the hooks and suckers to absorb the nutrition. And some absorb nutrients from the host through their body surface. So examples are Taenia solium and Fasciola, and also Planaria. These are the some of the examples. The next phylum is Asclepianthes. We can call them as a Nematihelminthes or Nematoda. We can call it also Nematihelminthes and also Nematoda. So another name is Asclepianthes. So coming to the characteristics, the grade of organization is they are having organ systems. You can see here hookworm and ascaris. These ascaris is a worm which we can find in our stomach. So when you go to doctor that failure of not hungry or indigestion problems, doctor says your stomach fills with the worms. No, that worms are nothing but they are the ascaris. We call generally as a roundworms. Okay, these are the nematodes. These are all the nematodes. Now let us see. They are bilaterally symmetric. We can cut the organism into equal halves, two equal halves, and equal sharing of the organs. So that's why it is called as a bilaterally symmetric. The germinal layer, it is a triploblastic animal. So here you can see ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. Both you can see here. So they are the triploblastic animals. Next, the coelom, that is a body cavity. These are a pseudocoelomates, that means false body cavity. And the gut, endoderm. You can see the pseudocoelom means here you can see ectoderm, and also you can see here endoderm. And false body cavity, as we can find a mesoglia, that is a call as a which seems like a mesoderm, but it is not a mesoderm. So we can see the mesoglia. So that's why as it looks like a mesoderm, 3 layers, it is called as a pseudocoelomates. So mostly we can find them as a aquatic and terrestrial. What is meant by terrestrial? Animals which live on the land are called as a terrestrial. They are the free living organisms or a parasitic in both plants and the animals. We can find these worms on the plants as well as in the animals. Aquatic free livings. Intestine, they live in intestines in our stomach. Intestine means in our stomach. We can see complete, it has a both mouth and anus. So we can find it as a complete digestive system from the mouth. So we can see the pharynx, intestine, pseudocoelom and a cuticle, anus. So all these parts we can find. So we can find a complete digestive system. So complete, it has a both mouth and anus. Tubular alimentary canal with well developed muscular pharynx. So you can see the pharynx, children. It is a tubular digestive system as we see in the human beings. And the next we can see here the respiratory system. So the respiratory system is absent. So no proper respiratory system in the nematodes. The respiratory system is absent in the nematodes. Even the circulatory system is also absent. The circulatory system is also absent. Coming to the reproduction, dioecious. So sexes are separate. Male is a male, female is a female. Sexual reproduction, they'll show the sexual reproduction and they'll show the internal fertilization, and development is a indirect or a direct. We can see both direct or a indirect development. Coming to unique features, body is circular in a cross section and a cylindrical. That means multinucleate. Many nucleuses will be present. Epidermis and a thick cuticle we can find on the body surface. Thick cuticle. So coming to the another unique feature, an excretory tube to remove body waste through the excretory pore. We can find excretory tube. See, underlined part is there. So excretory tube, that is the excretory tube. Through the excretory tube they will show the process of excretion. So another unique feature, an excretory tube remove body waste through the excretory pore. The next feature is shows the sexual dimorphism. It is the morphological difference between the male and the female. Example, females are longer than the males. That means females are longer than the males. That is a somewhat unique feature in these nematodes. Okay, so by that we can find what is which one is a male and which one is a female. You can see some of the examples: ascaris, hookworms. So these are the some of the examples. So filaria, Wuchereria is a filarial worm. So you can see the filarial disease, children. Hookworms. These are the some of the examples. So if you see the sum of the characteristics, whole sum of the characteristics of the nematodes. So they are the divided into organ levels, tissue levels. So here you can see bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic animals, pseudocoelomate, aquatic, terrestrial, free living, parasites, and the complete. And the respiratory system absent, digestive system is complete present, circulatory system is absent. Reproduction is dioecious, sexual reproduction, internal fertilization, development in a direct or indirect syncytial epidermis, and they are having the thick cuticle. An excretory tube are removed by the waste. So through the excretory pores, sexually dimorphism, teniosolium, fasciola, planaria. So these are the some of the today we discussed in this session we discussed Porifera, Coelenterata, Platyhelminthes, Nematoda. These 4 phylums we discussed. So let us see the remaining phylums in the Animalia. That too they are the invertebrates. Let us see in this next concept. So a little bit activity. Collect the economic importance of poriferans. Okay, just try to collect the information about the poriferans. Then you come to know that how they are living, their habitat conditions. Okay children, see you in the next session.